Oh my goodness. Legal Voice. Just look at you. Look at you all dressed up, looking fabulous. Look at your real faces. And Remo friends, look at you looking virtual and looking amazing. I just want all of you. So it's pandemic times. No need to scream or shout, but can we get like a big, like excited drum roll or clap? Can we make a lot of noise for Legal Voice? What? Yes. Yes. Here we are. Oh my God. And please forgive me now for what I'm about to do. But Remo friends, I hope you understand, and I hope you all in the room will understand that this is the first time I have been to an in-person event since February of 2020. This is the first stage I have stood upon since February of 2020. So I'm going to kiss this hallowed ground. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, stage. Humans with faces. I missed you. And Remo friends, we've been together all along. I have spent so much time in Remo, they've started charging me rent. They've set up a virtual cot, but my virtual butt is too big for it. So I don't know what to say about that other than thanks 2020. So here we are. And my name is Sasha Summer-Kuzno. I failed to say that at the top of the program. I could not be more honored to be here with you all once again, Legal Voice community. And the reason I am so happy to be here is because when I think about my most important values, when I think about the lived experience that me and my loved ones have in the world, when I think about things like ending gender-based violence or access to healthcare, how incredibly important has that obviously been highlighted to us recently? When I think about economic justice, when I think about eradicating discrimination, when I think about protecting reproductive freedom, I know I can breathe a little bit easier because Legal Voice has our backs, right? Yes, give me those little table pounds. Remo, you better be in that chat, just like, tearing the virtual roof off the place. All right, so I am so excited to be here welcoming both our live in-person audience and our virtual audience. No matter how you showed up for Legal Voice, thank you for showing up. We are grateful for you. Now, Legal Voice's headquarters are in Seattle, Washington, and we want to take a moment, of course, to acknowledge the unceded ancestral lands of the Coast Salish peoples, specifically the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish people, a people that are still here, and honoring their ancient history and their stewardship of this land. So I want to express gratitude for that. I want to recognize that. And it is important for us to honor the indigenous people of the land on which we work and live. And it's especially important because we all have a role to play in dismantling systems of oppression and in dismantling white supremacy. So thank you so much to the Coast Salish peoples. And while we are in this moment of gratitude, I'd like to express a little bit of a to note. This is important. We're not going to be selling from the stage. We have an online. All of the shenanigans in regards to bidding and in regards to giving donations is happening in Greater Giving this evening. So now, friends in Remo, in-person friends, when I'm gesturing to the camera, I'm just looking into the gorgeous eyes of our Remo friends. So if you wonder why I keep looking that way, it's because I'm trying to make eye contact with them as well. So Remo friends, we're going to drop that Greater Giving link for you in the chat. And for our friends here in the room, pay attention to the screen over there. Boom, bada boom, bada bing. There it is. There's the URL so you can navigate on your mobile device and get on in there into Greater Giving. And here's what's super rad about that. The future is now. You might be outbid by somebody sitting next to you, you might be outbid by somebody in Spokane. So that is how we are rolling here tonight. All right, so get ready for it. One other way that you're going to support Legal Voice is by making your most meaningful gift. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But let's just spend some time talking about our online auction. If you have not yet taken a cruise through the world of our online auction, well, we have some fabulous Washington wines from our friend James Fessler, who's been supporting us for a long time. We also have a Kona condo donated by longtime friend and supporter Lisa Sterrett, who's here. Where are you, Lisa? Wave to me, right? Wave at me, Lisa. There, right there. Hello, Lisa. And Glenn Bonsi wants you to I've got my eyes on. So, friends, bidding on the earrings, I just want you to know I've better bid like a mighty warrior because I'm coming for you. Anyways, as I also mentioned, you will have an opportunity to make your most meaningful gift in support of Legal Voice a little bit later in the program. We'll officially ask, but know that you have the power. Remo, you've got the link, and friends in person, you've seen the URL. Y'all know you can go to Greater Giving, and whenever you feel so moved, you are empowered to make the gift that is meaningful to you. And speaking of gifts, let's just talk about our goal here tonight. Let's take a look at our fundraising thermometer. So here it comes. Oh, there it is, our trusty fundraising thermometer. This is our friend. It is going to let us know where we are in real time towards our goal. And as you can see, our goal is $50,000, and we are 1/5 of the way there. We're just over $10,000, which is an excellent start, but we have a little bit of work to do. So now that you know about the Greater Giving, you know how to do it. We will be announcing a matching opportunity later, though, so you might want to keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Now, some of you obviously got in there and donated early, and because it's never too early or too often to thank you because you all rock so hard, I want to go ahead and just say thanks to some of you who have already donated. So thanks to Anuj, thanks to Deb, Margot, Laura, Keith, Daniel, and Brentley, Mary, Claire and Paul, Gail, Robin, Christine, Lillian. Thank you all of you who already heeded the call and gave a gift in support of Legal Voice. So, all right, that was a lot. Now that we've gotten that little bit of business over, I want to hand over the stage to a fabulous human who's going to give you a very warm Legal Voice welcome. Let's welcome board member Amanda Bean to the stage.
There I am. Hello and good evening, everyone. Whether you're joining us in person or virtually, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming out tonight, and we are all really grateful that you are here. So my name is Amanda Bean. I use she, her pronouns, and I am a member of the Legal Voice Board of Directors. Again, before we begin, I want to recognize that I am speaking to you from the unceded Coast Salish, Stillaguamish, Duwamish, Muckleshoot, and Suquamish territories. And I am here to welcome you all to the 40th, yes, the 40th Legal Voice Auction. So a lot has changed in the 40 years since Legal Voice has started hosting auctions. Apparently, back in the day, our auction items were things like a very coveted copy of Microsoft Word. And apparently llamas. I wasn't around for that. I guess you couldn't keep the llamas. You could go visit the llama. I don't think that's on the bidding tonight, unfortunately. But anyway, and then the last time we were all together in person in 2019, this event had grown so much that we had maxed out another hotel space, and we were looking to expand so we could fit more than 500 of our friends and colleagues, family, neighbors, and peers into a space to honor and celebrate the community that makes this work possible. and then 2020. So we were, of course, gathering for this event only virtually, and our longtime executive director, Lisa Stone, had just retired. We weren't sure how we were going to pull off our legislative priorities in the pandemic, and of course, trials and hearings and cases were all delayed. But as you all know, Legal Voice is adaptive. Lisa Stone's 25 years of leadership and commitment enabled us to build resources, strengthen our reputation of success, and assemble a stellar team that could shift and grow. Lisa laid the groundwork for our next chapter, and that chapter is focused on radical transformation. So what does this radical transformation look like at Legal Voice? I've watched the staff and the board these last few years, and I can tell you personally, it looks like constantly learning and growing and reimagining over and over again. We have taken intentional steps to center our work at the intersection of race, gender, and community. We have developed race equity values and community lawyering principles to guide our advocacy and decision-making process. And we have adopted collaborative leadership models that nurture and honor the talent and lived experiences of our current staff and board. And so in the spirit of this transformation, I'm very honored to announce that the board has adopted a shared leadership model for Legal Voice. And instead of one single executive director, we are thrilled to have 4 co-directors, all who bring such amazing and unique strengths. Courtney Chappell, Kelly McGuire, Reedy Mukhopadhyay, and Michelle Johnson, who is serving as our interim development director. These 4 will lead the organization in the years ahead, and each brings a wealth of knowledge and experience, and they are all deeply committed to collective decision-making with the staff and the board and to continue our anti-racist journey. We are so proud of this work that we've done, and we are excited to model new ways to lead and to do work that centers community and do so in partnership with each of you. And we are truly grateful for the sponsors who have stuck with us through thick and thin. Our annual sponsors this year include Davis Wright Tremaine, Perkins Coie, Stoll Reeves, and Summit Law Group. And throw some love for them in the chat, or if you're here, applause. And I'd like to thank our event sponsors and friends, Boise Ultrasound Company, McDonald Hogan Bayless, Pacifica Law Group, Schwabe, Williamson and Wyatt, and Ultimate Rainbow Consulting. Thank you so much. I want to share my gratitude to our amazing board who has been working so hard to make sure this organization transitioned successfully during this time. Thank you to our staff who continue to do amazing work. I'm really inspired by all of you. And I am so grateful and inspired by our awesome volunteers who have been working with us virtually this whole time. You all are amazing. And Pro Bono Attorney Appreciation Week is the last week in October. And so we are going to take this moment to thank one of our longtime pro bono attorneys, Jill Bowman of Stoll Reeves. She's volunteered with Legal Voice for 30 years, and she's retiring from law and Legal Voice. And we wanted to take this moment to thank her for everything that she has done for us.
Hi, all. I'm Kim Clark, Senior Attorney for Reproductive Rights, Health, and Justice at Legal Voice. And I work with Jill on not 1, not 2, but 3 of our cases. And I have to say, I'm really in awe of her. Jill is like a human encyclopedia. We will come across complicated questions of law that no one on our team can answer. And then suddenly Jill will not only identify the applicable rule, but also the text of that rule off the top of her head. It is truly amazing. I really wish we had a Jill Bowman on every one of our cases. I think one of the things that I appreciate the most, though, about Jill is how endlessly patient she is. I tend to ask a lot of dumb questions, and I really appreciate how patient Jill has been with me and what a great resource she has been to me. More than anything, though, I think what's really special about Jill, not only as an attorney, but as a person, is how truly selfless she is. She really just wants to do right by our clients and make a difference. I know what it takes to make time for pro bono work at a big law firm. And I've never seen anyone so committed to this work as Jill. I don't think that there's any way that we could thank Jill enough, but I know that she would say that the work itself is thanks enough. And she'd mean it, because that's the kind of person Jill is. She has such a pure heart, and I admire her so much.
Hello, I am Vanessa Power from Stoll Reeves, and I have had the honor and the privilege of being a colleague of Jill Bowman for many years. And I am so thrilled that Jill is getting a chance to retire and that we have a moment here to honor Jill. Jill, you have just been a tremendous colleague, a wonderful friend. You will be missed like no other. And you have inspired so many of us to do the good work that we have had an opportunity to do through Legal Voice. It's through you, and it's through your support for pro bono and your personal passion and motivation that we have all had so many opportunities to participate in working towards true justice. And we are excited to try and carry the torch that you have lit well for us. And we just want to honor you and wish you all the very best in your retirement. Thank you for everything you've done, Jill. We love you lots.
Wow. To think it's been 33 years, give or take a couple of weeks, since Jill and I embarked on our great adventure, suing on behalf of abortion clinics, patients, doctors, and everyone who believes that reproductive autonomy is fundamental to an individual's liberty, freedom, and social and economic self-determination. Jill, thanks for making me a better lawyer and for being beside me when I discovered my calling and the career of a lifetime. You've helped so many other lawyers learn to write, to think, to rewrite, to think some more, rewrite, and stand for the rule of law. So it's time for your retirement, and trust me, it's better than they say. So congrats, thank you, and bon voyage.
Thank you again for everything, Jill. And well, we just applauded, but in the chat, let's show some love for Jill and all of our pro bono attorneys and volunteers. And thank you again for being here tonight, no matter if you're in person or virtual. We appreciate you. We are so excited to see what this next 40 years brings. And now let's give a warm welcome to our guest speaker tonight, Nisha J. Newton.
Revolutionary greetings and love, y'all. I am honored to be selected as the keynote speaker tonight for Legal Voice's 40th celebration. And on behalf of my younger self and other folks who were taught to be everything but loud and proud, out and open, Black and excellent, trans and transcendent, I just want to thank y'all for having me as your distinguished guest, for holding my wholeness, and for defying everything that white supremacy and patriarchy laid out for us. To this event, and just in general, I spend a lot of time thinking about what it means to choose joy, to choose community, to choose liberation. And I think all of these words pertain to activism, but they also go much deeper than that. I think they're much more intricate. And all of these words are really what activism aspires to be. So I'm gonna break each one down. When I think of joy and choosing joy, I think of people doing things out of pleasure rather than out of guilt and out of shame. When I think about choosing joy, I think about people who are pouring into resistance or like an act of rebellion, because in the conditions that were set out to us by white supremacy, by patriarchy, and all of their oppressive systems, joy is the antithesis of what denies us of our shared and symbiotic freedom. And even if it's just for a brief and fleeting moment, joy is freedom. But I don't think that joy should come at the expense of Black folks and Indigenous folks, brown folks, trans folks, because minoritized people shouldn't have to put their joy on pause so that dominant culture can ha and kiki and have like an aching belly from laughing too much and cheeks that hurt from smiling too much, because joy that deprives minoritized people of joy is not joy at all. It's just oppression with a grin. And I think that joy is right here, it's right now, anytime, any place, because joy is bigger than all of us. And I genuinely hope it graces each and every one of you. Joy, community. Community, on the other hand, I think is different than joy, but I think of really similar concepts when I think of these words, because to me and many of us, I get a lot of joy from choosing beloved community. If I have to underscore anything about community, though, it's just that community doesn't come with an asterisk. It doesn't come with terms and conditions, because community includes all of us and it requires all of us to perceive each other as kinfolk who are mutual partners in pursuing the world's rights and equity and justice. And to choose community means to choose people with radical love, despite our lack of proximity to each other or our adjacency to each other. I've been reading this book called Becoming Abolitionist, and one of the chapters that I just read a couple nights ago points out how President Barack Obama, when Trayvon Martin was murdered, how he had said that this sweet little Black boy who had come from a good family, who was a good student amongst a myriad of other things, should not have been killed by police. And Trayvon could have been him, or maybe his own child, or maybe even his own son. But not too long after that, when Freddie Gray had passed away from police, Freddie Gray was not a Black man who had gentle eyes and a nice smile and a high GPA and a readily public-facing family. So he wasn't chosen or connected to or held in the same regard by the president or many of us in this nation. So to me, choosing community is a commitment to all of us, and not just the parts of us that resemble each other or the parts of each other that feel convenient. Choosing community is not only choosing liberation, but it's choosing total liberation. So when I think of choosing liberation, I think about liberation looking like what our ancestors did, or maybe what they should have done. I think that choosing liberation smells like salty ocean air, or your favorite recipe, or whatever brings you ease in a world where oppression wants to prevail so badly. I think that choosing liberation tastes like ice cream for breakfast, and not just because it's like deviant, but because it makes us feel young and alive and autonomous. Choosing liberation sounds like a space where everybody's laughing and there's 10 conversations all happening at once over the top of each other, because you're in a space where people are choosing to love each other, or maybe they could love each other, and they're waging joy and they're waging beloved community together. So when I learned that Legal Voice was going to be talking about these three themes in its 40th celebration and its gala and auction, I was really ecstatic to think more about how these words show up for me. So tonight, I really want to challenge y'all to move forward and find out how these words fit for you, how they fit for your role, how they fit in the ways that you navigate through the world. Because choosing joy and community and liberation, it's not going to be something you check off your to-do list and done. It's not going to be something that somebody else can do for you. It's gonna be a commitment to curiosity and accountability and many burials of our fragility. It's not gonna look like it comes in a cute little label like an activist or an ally, and it's not gonna be Instagrammable. And I can't even front with y'all, it's gonna be hard as fuck. It's gonna be hard as fuck. But I think it's hard because so many of us are absorbed in our deadlines and our logistics of our work, and we're caught up in tragedy headlines in our day-to-day lives, and we're worried about doing the work or being enough of a change maker. And it's not easy to actively choose joy or community or liberation when all of our priorities are set elsewhere. When we think that our efforts aren't amounting to anything, it's really hard for us to leverage these things. So tonight, I would really love to give y'all permission to shake what we might know or typically worry about, whether it's like knowing the newest social justice language, whether it's about knowing the most recent data and information, or remembering the specific bill number, or going to every hearing and every meeting, because that's not it. And I want to offer y'all permission to return to the simplicity of what initially drew us into resistance or restoration in the first place, because this permission isn't mine to give you, it's yours. It's been yours the whole time, but I want to give that permission back to yourselves. I want to offer you a space where that permission can come back home to you. Activism can really feel immense and daunting, but I really believe in a world where we could return to the simplicity of what it could mean to meaningfully and authentically choose joy and community and liberation. And I can imagine a world where we can share all of this if we chose that and wage that and leverage that each and every day. So I'm going to loosely quote an article by Dr. Devin Price. When you choose strangers on the street and you help them manage a conflict without resorting to calling the police, you're doing something greater than activism. When you look after a neighbor's child when they're sick, whether they're battling addiction or just having one of those weeks trying to stay alive without getting social workers involved, you're doing something greater than activism too. And when you trust that someone is who they say they are, or that they're asking for the things that they need without demanding paperwork from the state, a school, a psychiatrist, you're building a world that's less authoritarian. When you let your coworker take a snooze on the job, or tell them to take some time off, even if they aren't facing a crisis or completely depleted, you're unmaking capitalism. Y'all are small, but really fucking important, and we'll only ever make millions of tiny, tiny differences, and that's more than enough. A person's not going to be taken down by one big act, so it's probably going to feel really small and simplistic some days, and that's nothing slight at all. None of us is, and none of us are. So if I were to offer y'all a few small acts to return to the places of resistance and restoration that called us in the first place, I would say to mention your pronouns the next time you meet somebody, because even if you think you know, you don't. Stop tolerating ableist phrases and assumptions. Talk about equitable pay in your next meeting and give credit where credit is due in that meeting too. Correct someone and remind them that it has been and it is Palestine that they talk about so-called Israel. Stop commenting on people's bodies, and yes, that includes your own. Stop ordering from Amazon, and I'm gonna run that back because I need to hear it sometimes. Stop ordering from Amazon, and stop pretending like you have more in common with those billionaires than you do with the people in tent cities that most people in your city refuse to acknowledge. Pull your money out for trans youth and for sex workers like y'all will for this galas auction, because the next time that somebody's fundraising for their safer housing or for legal fees, or even if they don't tell you anything about who they are or why they need the money, it's important. And As you do each of these or everything between and beyond, I implore y'all to be loud and proud. But if you have to be quiet and learning as you go, do that. I implore y'all to be out and open, but if you need to be closeted and comfortable to keep showing up and showing out, that's okay. Be strong or be soft. Be excellent and be transcendent. Just do whatever you have to do to be a defiance of what white supremacy and patriarchy laid out for us. Tonight, I was debating if I was going to do this or not, but tonight I'm going to leave y'all with a song. And I sing this song whenever I feel like joy is a friend that I lost touch from, whenever I feel like community is something that like can't hold me or can't be held, or whenever I feel like liberation is more of a dream than it is a reality. And the song is called We Are the Children. And it helps me reroot myself when I really need to ground myself in the simplicity of freedom fighting. It reminds me that each of these words are my birthright and that I've been on a long road toward them because my ancestors did, because my comrades and I do, and because my descendants someday will. So I want to offer you a little bit of context before I hop into it. This was a song that I sang when I was freedom fighting against anti-trans legislation in Idaho. And I sang this song with Jennifer Martinez and Chelsea Guyana Lincoln, two of Legal Voice's incredible folks who almost incessantly embody what it means to foster and nurture joy and community and liberation. And tonight I'm gonna sing it with the entirety of the Legal Voice team and y'all. And if you're streaming this virtually, y'all ain't off the hook. Singing to your laptop is not the weirdest shit you've done in the last year on our webinars and our online streams. And as we all sing together, I really want y'all to imagine this being something where when one voice falls off, another voice picks up, because I think that's really similar to the cadence of what it looks like and the rhythm that happens when we share a collective joy in community and liberation. So I'm gonna sing this song, We Are the Children, once by myself, and then together we're gonna do it twice. And we're gonna close out that way, okay? All right, I'm gonna sing it once and then together we're gonna finish 2 times. And I'm gonna ask y'all to help me out with the beat. Just go, you can snap or clap or whatever feels good. We are the children of the ones who didn't die. We are the children of the people who could fly. And we are the children of the ones who persevered. We are fearless, we are strong, and we're ready to carry on. All right, we're gonna do it together twice. Call and response style, we got this. All right. We are the children of the ones who didn't die. And we are the children of the people who could fly. And we are the children of the ones who persevered. Okay, we are fearless, we are strong, and we're ready to carry on. All right, one more time. We are the children of the ones who didn't die. And we are the children of the people who could fly. And we are the children of the ones who persevered. We are fearless, we are strong, and we're ready to carry on. Hey, give yourself some love. That sounds so much better than when I was practicing in my head. I really want to thank y'all for taking this song full circle with me and the Legal Voice team, and just for practicing some vulnerability and singing a song with me. I want y'all to carry on like the people who did before us. I want you to carry on like your life depends on it, because for some of us, it does. I want you to carry on in the name of reclaimed and redistributed joy and beloved community and of total liberation. And I want y'all to carry on as you can. I want you to carry on as you are, and to never, ever, ever forget that you are not carrying freedom alone. Ashe, 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 and thank you all.
Make some noise for them. Go ahead, Nisha. All right. All right. Okay, I had to bring my tablet up here because Nisha, I just got to tell you that some people are saying some things in the chat. You are beloved. Thank you. We're getting lots of hearts. Standing ovation from Idaho. All kinds of little clap emojis. Singing is the best community, joyful activity. And somebody has said to you lots of love from Idaho. Amazing, amazing. Bravo. People singing the song in the chat. So you had us. You had Remo. You had the people in this room. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Nisha. All right. You know what time it is? You know what time it is? You know it's business time, because I got the glitter folder and I got the tablet. It's business time, everybody. All right. So as you have been hearing, Legal Voice is choosing our community. We are choosing to work in community with friends, friends in Remo, friends in person, friends and allies here, friends and allies in Spokane, friends and allies in Idaho. Legal Voice is looking towards liberation, and that shows up in so many different ways, as Nisha just described. And also, hey, not for nothing, Legal Voice worked to stop harassment and intimidation of white supremacists protesting outside of Planned Parenthood in Spokane. What? I need all your bangs and your things. And look, I'm looking at you in Remo. Yeah, Legal Voice did that. And where's your hoots and hollers in Remo, y'all? So, and then also, not for nothing, you know, Legal Voice is making sure that our trans community has healthcare coverage in Washington State. You know, we are choosing joy right here, right now. Yes. And we are celebrating virtually and physically, and we're celebrating this incredible organization that has done a 42-year history of celebration. We're celebrating the people at your table, whether they're here in this room or in Remo, and we celebrate ourselves. So now is the time to celebrate liberation and to show up. So are you ready? Are you ready, everybody? Tell me you're ready. Say, I'm ready. Say it again. I'm ready. All right. And they're ready in Remo. I'm looking in the chat right now. Okay. So let's bring up the fundraising thermometer. Now, as you'll recall, our goal is $50,000. We've raised just over $10,000, and you'll remember all the giving is happening in Greater Giving. We're going to drop that link in the chat for you. If you're in Remo, we're going to show it up on the screen right here. But I have a really exciting announcement to kick us off, and that is our longtime friends, Chris Anderson and Carol Heath, who are out adventuring across the U.S. They couldn't be with us physically, but they're with us in spirit. And they are kicking us off with a $5,000 gift. So thank you to them. And let's talk about what that does for Legal Voice. You know, it allows us to work in community with our friends in Idaho. It gives us the ability to take on cases like the one in Spokane, and it allows us to work towards racial equity in our organization and the work we do with others in our community. And I have Also, another very exciting thing to announce, and that is we have a matching opportunity. I love a match. Do you love a match? I love a match because, this is your chance to see your $1 turn into $2, just like magic, but it's not magic. It's donor support. Where is Helen Winkler? Helen, give me a wave. Where are you, Helen? Hello. Oh, right in front of me. If you were a snake, it would have bit me. Hey, Helen. So thank you to Helen. We have a $10,000 matching pool. Yes, thank you, Helen. So what that means, every gift in every amount, whether it's $1, $10, $100, $1,000, every gift in every amount is going to be matched until we reach that matching pool. So now is the time. Let's meet Helen. Helen issued the call, and this match is right. Helen issued the call, and this is so exciting because when we meet that match, your $10,000 that you give as a community turns into $20,000 for Legal Voice, which gets us a long way towards our $50,000 goal. So our friend Phil, raise the paddle. Yes, Lisa Starrett just asked the question, do we do it through Raise the Paddle? Yes, get on over there to Greater Giving, click the Raise the Paddle button, and that's going to allow you to make your donation. And I'm going to be looking at your donations right here on my tablet here in just a moment. So let's meet this match. And then also, I want to say that our friend, hey, Phil, are you going to come to the stage and help me out and let me know where we are in proximity to the match? Phil's going to be letting me know how close we are to meeting the match. And while Phil is doing, coming up here, I want to just thank some of you who have already dived in with a gift. So thank you so much, Lillian. We appreciate you. Hey, Miss Allison Mundy. I see you, Allison. Thank you for your gift. Robin, thank you for your gift. Lauren and Miss Christina O'Clair, thank you all for your gifts. So let's keep the goodwill flowing. Let's meet this match, everyone. And while we're continuing to keep the goodwill flowing, I want to let you know another exciting thing, and that is that our bank gave us a $1,500 donation. Since when do banks give up money? But our bank did. So thank you, First Security of Washington. They wanted to support the work of Legal Voice, so they're joining us with a gift of $1,500. You see that fundraising thermometer climbing. That means we're doing good work, so let's keep it going. And I just also want to say, all gifts at all levels are welcome. All gifts at all levels power this work. All gifts at all levels have meaningful impact because all of us together can do what not one of us can do by ourselves. We're so much stronger as a community. So whether it's $5, $50, $500, $5,000, we respect your gift equally because we respect you and appreciate you as part of our giving community. So now, hey, Phil, how are we doing? How close are we to that $10,000 match? Oh, you all are overachievers. Just take your hands and pat yourselves on the back. We've already far exceeded the match. So that is amazing. Amazing. And I'm just going to see if there's any other names in here that I can thank. See if I'm working this thing right. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my God. Colette, thank you. And Erica, thank you. And who else? Namita, thank you. And Carol Lee, yes. And hey, Danny Franco, what's up? I know you're in the room. I saw you earlier, Danny. And we have Angie with a gift and Jeannie Sickle. I saw you too, Jeannie. Where are you at, Jeannie? Make some noise. There you are with your cute hat. Hello. And Kelly McGuire and Kim and Tiffany, Kathy Cannon, yes. Deb Klein. What's up, Deb? And Linda, Judy, Barbara. Oh my gosh, you all are showing up for Legal Voice right now. The reason I'm looking at my tablet is it's just how I get to thank you. So Mary and Matthew and Lisa Stara, what's up, Lisa, Chloe, Lauren, yes, thank you all. I can't thank everybody because I would just be here thanking everybody all night, which is a beautiful thing to do. Gratitude is important. But I do want to say that we are at $30,000 towards our $50,000 goal. So Remo friends, you can continue to click that link and join us. And if you have not yet given, you know how to do it. But I'm just going to shift gears here for a moment. The time for giving is not over. We are going to leave the link live until we meet our $50,000 goal, which hopefully will be very, very soon. But in the meantime, I just want to let you know that we have a raffle. Oh yeah. It's a door prize. So you all are entered into a door prize simply by showing up. And here's what we're giving away in the door prize. So, hey, Remo friends, you're entered in the door prize too. We're doing a drawing just for you. We're doing a second one for the folks just in the room. So we're playing fairly regardless of which part of our community you're in. And what we're doing is we're featuring two of our favorite BIPOC and women-owned restaurants here in Seattle. So one of the prizes is the Jerk Shack over on First Avenue. Yum, I have eaten there. It was delicious. And then also our other prize is from Terra Plata, and they've been huge supporters of Legal Voice for a long time. So let me get those raffle drawing tickets ready. It's a door prize. Hold on. Here we go. Voila. Just like magic, here they are. And the first raffle drawing is for our in-person folks, and that's for Terra Plata. So I don't know who wants to help me with this. Will you do me? Now don't be mad at Joan if you don't get it. All right. In-person audience, are you ready to know who's getting the Terra Plata? Yeah? All right, here it goes. It is Dana Tell. Dana Tell, you win. Yes. All right, congratulations. And now for our online audience, Remo, are you making noise? Because if you're not, you got to make some noise in Remo to get this drawing. All right, so this is for oh yes, Sam's with it. This is for Jerk Shack. And will somebody help me do this drawing? Does somebody want to hop up on their feet and come and help me? Here we go. Yes. All right, Remo, I'm looking at you. And the person in Remo who is gonna go to the Jerk Shack is Erin Evanson. Congratulations, Erin. Woo, 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 woo. So that is our raffle prize, just a way to say thank you for showing up and being here. And now in-person friends, hang tight with me. We have a little bit more in-person business to attend to, so don't you go anywhere. But our Remo friends, our darling online Remo friends, I am about to conclude this broadcast. Don't you worry. You're going to go back to your Remo tables and you're going to mix and mingle and have some more fun with your friends. But thank you for fueling our fight for justice across generations. And thank you for investing in a more equitable future. Remo friends, we appreciate you. Thank you so much and have a good night, all of you in Remo.